Hello, Shmoji here. If you haven't noticed, the Grey Host have become prominent to lore in the dark heart of Skyrim. The new Greymoor content does not explain who they are and where they came from in detail, so this video will connect together pieces of lore throughout all of Tamriel in order to give you an idea of this menacing group. Originally, the Grey Host was an army of vampires, werewolves, and other creatures led by the vampire king Styric of Verkarth in the Middle First Era. Nobody knows what their true intentions were, but it seems like they were trying to overthrow towns and kill as many people as possible. Hestra, the Imperial Empress of Cyrodiil, chased down the menacing army with intent to kill them all. However, the Grey Host ran and arrived at the southern gate of Ben-Kurai Pass, killing anyone in their way. You can find Abbess Eraldine, a Breton priestess in the sanctuary of St. Pauline's Chapel, which is located in the city of Evermore. She will tell you a little bit about this incident with the Grey Host. The vampires screamed their dark curses and slammed their claws and leathery wings into the gates of the fortress. St. Pauline, a simple church officer, knew that only blood might hold them at bay. So, he cast himself into the throng and offered his own blood to the creatures. The vampires set upon him and began to devour him. But, seeing his great courage, our Lord Styndar filled St. Pauline with an ocean of blood, such that the vampires drank and drank, but could not drain him dry. With this distraction, the garrison of Ben-Kurai Pass killed or dazed the majority of the Grey Host. Finally, near the end of the battle, the legions of Empress Hestra arrived and killed the remaining Grey Host, including their vampire leader, King Styric of Verkarth. This was an important moment in history because the Empress was so impressed by the battle that she honored Hyrok with admission into the Elysian Empire. Afterwards, the destroyed bodies of the Grey Host were burnt to ash and stored in the Unhallowed Grave dungeon. It becomes obvious their army was sent to Cold Harbor because during the Plain Meld, Vampire King Styric and his companions Fangoril of Cyrodiil and Zazahad the Bat served as generals for Molag Bal, leading troops of Daedra, werewolves, and vampires of the Grey Host at Dark Anchors. Much later on, a group of mercenaries called Draugr, composed of necromancers and cutthroats, are hired to recover the urns containing the remains of the Grey Host from the Unhallowed Grave dungeon. Even though the vestige takes down many of the Draugr leaders, they were still successful in retrieving some of the Grey Host urns for their leader, Rada al-Saran. In Greymoor, it becomes apparent that Rada al-Saran is resurrecting the Grey Host, and he is their new leader. Maybe this is why we haven't seen the Vampire King Styric of Verkarth yet. He was the old leader of the Grey Host, so Rada al-Saran is purposely not bringing him back so that he can have all the power. There's been no reveals on what Rada's motives are, aside from killing people with Harrow Storms in order to bring back as many Grey Host as he can. I think it will be interesting to see how the rest of the story unfolds, and what happens to the Grey Host in the end. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to like, subscribe, and Patreon it up. If you like talking about Elder Scrolls, lore, or life in general, check out the ESO lore Discord in the description. See you next time!